So the NFL recently has initiated a new rule during the kickoffs in which a player can now call a fair catch at any point, and the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. Now, a lot of players and a lot of coaches have been really not liking this rule. Just in the past day or two, I've seen Travis Kelsey talk about it and say that it's bad for the game. I've heard Dan Campbell talking about it. So several coaches and several players are kind of voicing their opinions about the fact that they don't really approve of this rule. But I just want to give my opinions and maybe some of the pros and the cons of this new rule. So to start off, the league has been very, at least outwardly focused on the prevention of concussions for several years now. We've seen that in a multitude of different ways. We've seen certain things become illegal, certain helmets being required, everything like that, right? And a few years ago, I believe it was 2017, but don't quote me, the touchback line was moved from the 20-yard line to the 25-yard line to encourage less kickoff returns. And the reason because of that is because kickoffs, the data proved that kickoffs were the most dangerous play in football. And that makes sense to me. You have 11 players charging full speed at a guy returning. They have a lot of time to build up speed, to build up momentum. There's probably going to be a lot of injuries. Additionally, the NFL made the rule that the kickoff team was not allowed to go forward until the ball had been kicked. That was also a rule that's been implemented recently in NFL. But now, they're double and tripling down on this kickoff safety initiative that they've started by now allowing fair catches anywhere on the field to be automatically brought to the 25-yard line. Now, I don't like this rule for a couple of reasons. A, I think although kickoffs might be the most dangerous play, I don't think basically erasing them is a good way to solve the problem, right? Because now the likelihood of returns diminishes even more. And in my opinion, at least, there's nothing more exciting in an NFL game than like a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown. A, fans love it. B, it's a complete game changer. And I just think it's a really cool play. But this is going to decrease kickoffs, therefore decreasing, kickoff returns and everything like that. Okay. I think another thing, and I think this devalues special teams a little bit. I think some kickers can be really good at putting the ball in a certain spot where it has to be returned, or it has to, they can kind of pin the receiver deep. And now it really doesn't matter how well your kicker does, because if their returner wants to automatically take it to the 25-yard line, they can just wave their hand up, and as long as they successfully catch the ball, it is what it is. I just think that it's a rule. It takes a lot of the excitement away from the game. It takes a lot of the value away from the special teams, and it makes it so the game, it's safer. But I think there were better alternatives to go about providing safety on the kickoff. I don't think that this was it necessarily, and players and teammates, they are not really liking it either. So I'm guessing it's just going to be a rule that's instituted this year. I don't think it will make it past this year too much, and I'm not really in love with it, to be honest with you. Another thing I think it does is I think it makes it so field position will matter a little bit less. Again, punting obviously will be a big thing, but if you can, guarantee me that you're going to get the ball to the 25-yard line, and touchbacks I know have been increased in popularity, and I get that. And you have always been able to, fair catch it in the end zone and to get out to the 20 or the 25-yard line. But there's just something about it that I don't appreciate, and I think that it takes a little bit of the excitement away from the game. I think that it takes away some strategic elements of having a kicker or having the way you align your kickoff team. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But obviously, I want to hear your guys' opinions. So let me know what you think of the new kickoff rule. Let me know what you think it does for the game, and let me know if you think it's going to stay past this year. I'm very interested to hear your opinions.